Back in Portland, Oregon for our fourth game of the day, and it's the 4-13 game in the East region between Akron and UCLA. A look at the bracket in the East, and a short time ago, St. Mary's with a very impressive performance. A win over Indiana. They await the winner of tonight's game. And hi again, everyone, with Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Andy Katz momentarily. UCLA to the Final Four last year. Are they capable of another big run this March?
Absolutely. They've got everybody back, but tonight they're playing an Akron team that makes 8 threes a game and holds their opponents to 62 points and plays a very slow tempo. So they have a very dangerous opponent. But yes, this team is experienced and can get there. And
Andy Katz has a note on the officiating crew tonight. Andy.
There's no question history is being made on this floor tonight. For only the second time in the men's basketball NCAA tournament, a woman, Amy Bonner, will officiate a men's basketball game. The last time was in 2002, Melanie Davis. Amy Bonner, an incredibly accomplished official. She's worked the Olympics last summer. She's worked over 70+ men's games, including the Big 12. Conference USA, the Missouri Valley. The last 3 years, she's been a men's basketball official. She's officiated 2 women's Final Four, well respected in the industry. Only the second time in the men's basketball tournament since 2002 a woman is officiating.
That's fantastic, Andy, and we've seen female officials in the NFL more and more, and now good luck to Amy tonight. She'll be joined by Terry Weimer and Matt Potter. A look at the starting lineups presented by Wendy's, and for Akron, keep an eye on Ali. He averages 14 points a game, a sophomore for the Zips. And for UCLA, Jaime Jaquez really playing well. Last 3 games at the Pac-12 tournament, he averaged 20 points per game and almost 9 rebounds per night. Well, both these head coaches have taken 3 different schools to the NCAA tournament. For John Gross, Ohio, Illinois, and now Akron making its first appearance since 2013. And Mick Cronin has taken Murray State, Cincinnati, and UCLA to the big dance. His Bruins 25-7 this season. Been a great day here in Portland. One more to go. You already heard about the officials, so let's play ball. First meeting all time between these two schools, and UCLA controls the opening tip.
And both these teams very solid man-to-man defensive teams. Maybe a little zone from Akron here or there. This UCLA team much improved offensively, but shooting the 3 is a big thing for them. We know Akron, they make 8 a game.
Johnny Juzang with a 3, picking up where he left off last March.
Yeah, he has not played as well. I mean, he was on fire as much as anybody you've ever seen in the NCAA tournament last year. He's playing well, averaged 16 a game, one of the leading scorers in the Pac-12, but they need him to continue to play the way he's capable.
137 points in last year's NCAA tournament. That led all players in the field. Michael Dawson trying to answer, and it won't go down. The rebound to Jaquez. Tiger Campbell quickly up ahead, leaves it for Jules Bernard. And the rebound is grabbed by Akron. Down low, Enrique Freeman. And it's not there, but Freeman, another guy to keep an eye on. He averages a double-double, one of 13 in the country to do that.
How about a walk-on? Leads the nation in field goal percentage, 66%. That Enrique Freeman story is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll get into it throughout the night, but it is incredible as Juzang is off the mark this time.
This is going to be a good matchup between Campbell and Castaneda, who's a tremendous 3-point shooter.
Misses his first attempt of the night. Offensive rebound, Dawson. Put back not there. Dawson gets it back. Ali for 3. And the Zips are on the board.
You know, whenever you play a team that is a dangerous 3-point shooting team and you're a UCLA, you have to be concerned.
He's an Akron team that averages just under 8 threes per game. And a steal by Freeman. Freeman flies in. Take it easy.
Defensive Player of the Year in the Mid-American Conference.
Enrique Freeman puts the Zips up by 2. Riley feeds Jaquez down low, has position, and he's rejected. Jaquez gets it back, and he's fouled. And now AT&T 5G takes us above the rim for that jam by Freeman.
Yeah, great job there, sticking his hand in and then finishing with the slam.
Freeman commits the foul at the other end. And now here's Jaquez at the line. He had a double-double in the Pac-12 championship game on Saturday, 18 and 10 against Arizona. That was a high-level basketball game. Bruins were up 12 early in the second half. Arizona came back to win.
When Nick Cronin put Jaime Jaquez in the starting lineup early last year, it just changed the whole team because he's one of those guys, he's just a winner. He does so many things for you. You know, 29% three-point shooter, that's probably the one thing he doesn't do great, but he does everything else. Assist, rebound, defense, does it all.
Early substitution for John Gross. Aziz Bandaogo is into the game.
And I got to think UCLA wants this team plays very, very slow tempo over the year. So I got to think UCLA would like to speed them up a little bit.
A big rejection by Miles Johnson, member of the Pac-12 defensive team. Campbell from the outside. What a turnaround he has made in his shooting lap.
Unbelievable, 42% three-point shooter. This kid hardly made a three his freshman year, and now he's the second. Well, David Singleton is the best percentage shooter on the team, but Tiger Campbell's second has been spectacular. First team all Pac-12.
He shot 25% from deep last year, and the Zips turn it over. Bernard running the break over to Juzang. And a blocking foul.
And that's a good call
against Tribble.
That was a good call.
Amy Bonner making that call.
And you know, when they get the ball to the side, you can't stay on that sideline. That's where that trap came.
MAC tournament champions, the Zips. They were the 4 seed in the MAC tournament in Cleveland, defeated Kent State in the championship game. John Gross in his 5th season at Akron. First time he's taken the Zips to the tournament, although they did have a really good team the year the tournament was canceled because of the pandemic. Jaquez doesn't get the bounce. Michael Wynn on the floor for the Zips. Ali leans into Jaquez.
How good was that by Jaquez to avoid that foul after he left his feet? Really smart.
Bernard, deep three. Tribble has it. Tribble's going to go coast to coast, and it's rejected by Bernard. And now numbers the other way for the Bruins, 5 on 4, but Juzang will slow it up.
You know, UCLA's overall size is so good. I mean, they're really playing fast tonight, shooting a lot of threes.
Yeah, tempo-wise, these are 2 of the slower teams, but that's not the pace we've seen so far.
Well, put it this way, Akron plays at 3:51, now UCLA about 2:30, but if I'm UCLA, I'd rather speed this game up some because I have the more balanced talent. We want to get this game a little quicker. So I can see them running, but not pulling up for threes, because that's not what they do.
The teams have combined to start 4 of 18 from the floor. Just about 5 minutes in. And a turnover by the Bruins. See if Akron can convert 5 straight empty trips to the Zips.
Well, UCLA's been tough defensively all year. 42% defensive field goal percentage, one of the better ones in the Pac-12.
Ali with the shot clock at 4. Trying to work around Jaquez. Good defense there by Jaquez. Offensive rebound, Bandaogo put back in the foul. He'll have a chance at 3 when we come back. First time out of the first half. Bruins up by 1. Wow, Adam, so the Mountain West goes 0-4 today As the Aztecs come up short against Creighton, they move on to a Saturday date potentially with Kansas.
And you got to give Greg McDermott all kinds of credit with that team. He loses Ryan Nembhard, who was the Rookie of the Year in the Big East, his point guard. Andrew Nembhard's brother, who was spectacular, playing really without a true point guard. And he's doing what he's doing, made it to the Big East championship game, wins the first-round game. Unbelievable.
The Bandego bucket ended a 3.5-minute drought for Akron. They trailed by 1 after the missed free throw.
The one thing UCLA can't do is settle for three-point shots. Now, this kid can really shoot at 46%, Singleton, but they only 31% of their attempts are threes. Now 5 out of their first 8 have been three-point shots.
Shot clock at 3. Campbell, step back. And the offensive rebound to Bernard. Singleton into the game. You got to watch him, but Bernard scores down low. You know, they don't really have a big guy, but they have such great size across the board. Jaquez, Juzang, Bernard, they're all 6'6", 6'7". Singleton. That's why they're one of the bigger teams in America, because across the board, except for Tiger Campbell, they're all big. First field goal in the paint today for the Bruins. Castaneda trying to ward off Singleton. Tough shot there for Castaneda.
Yeah, that was really good defense by Singleton. Castaneda made a tough shot.
Transfer from South Florida in his first season with the Zips. UCLA has won 5 of its last 6 games and 8 of their last 10. Scramble for it. Jaquez scoops it over to Bernard with the shot clock winding down. It won't go.
That was some great boxing out by Akron on that play there.
Meanwhile, Akron has won 8 games in a row, tied for the 5th longest active streak in the country. So feeling good coming in here to Portland. Ali throws it off of Jaquez's head. Ouch. Tournament summary, 4 teams seeded 10 or lower won today, including Michigan, Richmond, New Mexico State, and St. Peter's in Jersey City, New Jersey beat Kentucky.
That is so incredible, I can't tell you. When I was coaching Manhattan, we played St. Peter's all the time. They have a great tradition, but beating Kentucky, that's a whole other deal.
What a win for Shaheen Holloway and the Peacocks of St. Peter's. Wind. Can't find the touch there, and the rebound to UCLA. Bernard up ahead of the pack.
And it's been a while since a MAC team has won their first-round game in the tournament.
That's the MAC with 2 A's.
2 A's.
Akron is the MAC with 1 A. Another turnover by UCLA as Freeman is able to hold on to it.
And UCLA only averages 9 turnovers a game, 3rd in the country. They have 3 already. Great help.
3 field goals, 3 turnovers by the Bruins, but Akron gives it right back, and Tiger Campbell turns it over. And that is rare. He's 6th in the country in assist to turnover ratio. Castaneda uses the screen. Good shooter for John Gross. Puts it up here and hits.
He's really smart. Knows how to use a pick and roll. Good shooter with that pull-up, getting in the lane.
During this 8-game win streak for Akron, Castaneda is averaging close to 17 points per game. Singleton catch and shoot. And Garvin Clark, the freshman from Euclid, Ohio, with the rebound. Akron's got a little pep in their step to start this game.
No doubt about it.
Castaneda is fouled. And that takes us to a timeout with 10:45 to go in the first half. Akron on top by 1.
Welcome back to Portland. Mick, what do you guys need to do to tighten up offensively and stop the turnovers?
Oh, well, we're just too excited. We got to calm down. We're trying to throw home run, knockout punches in the first 5 minutes. We're shooting the ball like it's on fire. So that's to be expected, though.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, buddy.
I like that. We're shooting the ball like it's on fire. He's right. They're playing at such a frantic pace right now. They've got 4 turnovers in this game. They averaged 9, and they've all been live ball turnovers, which is why Akron has 6 points off turnovers, 5 points on second chance points, so 11 points on their mistakes, not boxing out or turning the ball over.
Akron looking for its first NCAA tournament win in school history. They're 0-4 all time. Ali's been quiet so far. He's got 3 points. Shot clock at 4. Clark is fouled.
Mick didn't think that was a foul, but that's a foul.
Amy Bonner makes the call on Cody Riley, and it sends Garvin Clark to the free throw line. In the MAC championship game on Saturday, he made a career-high 3 threes in the win over rival Kent State. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Scan the QR code now to download. Miles Johnson on the UCLA bench. He's got 2 early fouls for the Bruins.
Well, they have Cody Riley, so they do have that kind of revolving door with the center position. So they have a guy like him who's experienced and can play there. He's a little different. He's not as good a defender, but he's a better offensive player.
Three on the way for Singleton, won't go, and the rebound to Tribble.
You know, they're taking all jump shots. This team is playing really solid defensively. They're not getting any dribble penetration right now, UCLA.
They're 1 for their last 8. Good defense there by Juzang, and Bernard comes in transition, 1 on 3. And didn't need to do that.
I mean, Bernard so far in this game has been 1 for 5.
Akron has scored the last 6 points. Clark for 3. And Akron opens up a 6-point advantage. And Mick Cronin wants to talk things over. It's a 9-0 run for the Zips. We're back with our game summary, and UCLA has scored on just 1 of its last 11 possessions. They have 2 points in the last 7.5 minutes. What do they need to change, Lap?
Well, they got to stop playing so fast, and they got to calm down, but they got to get the ball moving a little bit. This team is really engaged defensively right now. You're not just going to overpower these guys. You better start running some offense.
Juzang for 3, too strong.
Same thing.
Riley, the offensive rebound.
Can't get anything in the lane. These guys are closing up gaps. Great switch right there, an aggressive switch.
Jaquez with 4. Castaneda to the ground, poked away. Campbell has to put it up, and a shot clock violation. It's an Akron team that led the MAC in opponent points per game, allowing just 62 per night. UCLA has been held to 3 field goals so far and 5 turnovers.
You know, they're acting like a team that just come out here, we're going to beat these guys, but that's not the case. That's how they're playing on offense now. Which is, I'll shoot it. You got to run some offense, not setting screens, not doing anything.
The favorites have had slow starts today here in Portland, especially Gonzaga against Georgia State. Freeman turnaround, pretty off the glass.
Reverse pivot, changes hands. I never had a walk-on like that, I can tell you that now.
11
How come I didn't get that kind of luck? I was happy when a walk-on could put him in practice, let alone a game.
Campbell, tough shot. Counted in the foul. That's a big bucket for UCLA.
Well, they got some kind of penetration that time instead of just firing up jumpers. This UCLA team is not a great shooting team, and they've already taken 8 threes in this game when normally only 31% of their shots are from 3. Start being a little more patient, get some dribble penetration, and run some offense. I think Mick said it exactly like they're playing like the ball's on fire. They got to get it out of their hands quick.
He brought up an interesting point to us yesterday. He said last year we were an 11 seed. We were in the first 4. Expectations were low. We took it one game at a time, and that worked for us. Now everyone's talking about us going back to the Final Four. He's like, my job has been these last couple weeks to make sure that we take it one game at a time.
And that's a hard job. These guys, they were in the Final Four last year. They know what the expectations are, so they're not thinking about they should be thinking about a first-round game. This is the NCAA tournament. You have to. But these are kids, and they do crazy things sometimes and think crazy things.
Win in the corner. Johnny Juzang scored the first points of the game, but he has not scored since. He's got the ball here with 7:30 to play.
I think a little patience, because they're playing very frantic, and they don't normally play this fast.
Bruins are 2 for 8 on their 2-point attempts and 2 for 8 on their 3s. Juzang tied up, and a foul is called. Enrique Freeman averages 13 points and close to 11 rebounds per game. Looking good here. So are the Zips. They're up by 5.
Welcome back to Portland, John. How much is your defense going to plan?
Huge, right? And we played it really well so far through 12 minutes, but it's not a 12-minute game, Andy. It's a 40-minute game.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Well, he's right. 4 for 16 UCLA is from the field. Now, it's great defense. UCLA's helping them, too, by not being patient at all in the half court.
And neither team's top scorer, Juzang or Ali, have scored in the last 10 minutes. Shot clock is at 2, and a foul is called against Akron. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Like the GOAT. Is this fact-checked? Debate the GOATness.
And, you know, Garvin Clark was on Jaime Jaquez, who was posting him up in the lane. Big size advantage. But Cody Riley couldn't deliver the ball because of the ball pressure. So when you pressure the ball, it becomes hard to enter those post passes. And that's what this Akron team is doing. They are really active right now.
Bernard for 3.
I mean, these are tough shots.
Last touch by Akron. It'll stay with UCLA. UCLA is 2 of 9 from deep.
And if I'm Mick Cronin, I don't like the fact we have to take this many threes against a team that we are considerably bigger than. That's the problem, but it speaks to Akron's active defense. Great move. I love that guy.
Campbell to Jaquez. Here's Ali, trying to get him going, working on Jaquez. Ali, what a move! And that is what he is capable of. Mick Cronin is shaking his head. Cronin said yesterday that Ali can make some Kevin Durant type shots. Didn't compare him to Durant, but said this kid could play in the NBA, and that was a big time move.
I mean, he's long, he's tall.
Riley, and he gets the bounce.
And that's what Cody Riley can do.
20-17 in favor of Akron. Ali almost drew the foul on Riley.
They've almost drawn 3 of those, but UCLA's been able to back off all 3.
Ali looking at the shot clock. It says 5. Defended by Jaquez. Rolls it down low. Knocked out of bounds. It'll be Akron ball but with just 2 on the shot clock as AT&T 5G takes us above the rim for this jam by Ali.
That was a good move there. He goes a little reverse. He just goes right by, really, the best defender. And Cody Riley too far under the rim. He should have seen that coming and stepped out towards Ali.
And with 2 on the shot clock, John Gross will call timeout. Akron up by 3. Now there's Zippy the kangaroo. He would never try to ruin somebody's meal in the kitchen. 2 on the shot clock. Tribble to inbound. They got to get one up quickly. Ali couldn't handle the pass.
Really good transition defense by Akron.
UCLA started 3 for 15. Since then, they've made 3 of their last 4. Riley and Freeman tangled up down low. Riley's going to take that shot. Short. Castaneda straightaway 3. Freeman is able to get the rebound.
He's relentless going for the ball. He is constantly moving.
Tribble, the sophomore from Cincinnati, trying to set up the Akron offense. Ali has it with 5. Tribble steps into a 3. Juzang back out. Bernard fakes the 3, takes the 2, and makes it.
He needed that one because he's been missing.
He's now 2 for 7, and UCLA is within 1. First field goal for Bernard since the first minute of the game.
Yeah, UCLA starting to dial in a little bit better in their half-court defense.
Ali to the ground, able to get rid of it to Freeman. 4 on the shot clock. Freeman drives in, and he's fouled by Jaquez with 3:41 to go. Free throws when we come back.
Well, Akron's defense has been the story of this game so far. UCLA 7 for 21 from the field, but how hard these guys are playing. Enrique Freeman, defensive player of the year, but look how they cover each other up on this possession. Look how hard they're running to recover and scramble. This team is playing extremely hard right now, and they are not taking a back seat to UCLA.
8 points off steals for Akron. Juzang and Bernard are a combined 3 for 11. Join the Mania in the Bleacher Report app. Rep your team, drop your takes, get buzzer-beating alerts and more, all in one place. Scan the code now to download the Bleacher Report app and never miss a minute of March.
You know, when you see a team scrambling like that, like 2 guys running out because he's open, I mean, that's being connected, and you have made a decision as a team. We, as 5 guys, are not letting them score.
Freeman has 6 points. No player in this game has more than 6 with 3:25 to go. Campbell left alone for 3. And Tribble with the rebound.
And they really aren't getting anything on the offensive glass.
UCLA has now missed 8 consecutive 3-pointers. Three on the shot clock. Wynn has to put one up. He does. And the rebound to Jaquez.
And the one area where we haven't seen Jaquez or Riley or anybody. Now in this team here, they went really small, UCLA. I like the idea of going this small with Jaquez as kind of your 5-man.
Jaquez hits a 3. They had missed 8 in a row, but that's a big shot for Jaquez to tie the game at 22.
I think this is a great move by Mick Cronin to go basically with 5 perimeter players to open up the floor a little bit because everything was so clogged up, they couldn't get anything in the lane.
Good defense by UCLA. That creates the turnover, and Bernard wants to run. Inside 2 minutes to go in the first half. Juzang drives in, and it's rejected. Freeman comes over to get a piece of it. Wynn had it. Jaquez takes it away, and a foul is called. Crazy sequence here. Juzang is now 1 for 5. He's missed his last 4 shots. And there you see the foul committed by, they give it to Freeman. It looked like Wynn was the guy that was in there. And for Freeman, that's his second.
That's a big foul. You got to get him out, which they are.
Wynn is raising his hand saying, I was the one that committed the foul.
They got to go look at it.
And they should. I think they're going to change this and put it on Michael Wynn. Right here, watch. Jaquez goes up, and it's.
Oh, I think it's on Freeman. Unless he got hit first by Wynn. Freeman definitely hits him. Let's see who hits him first. Oh, I think it was Freeman.
Yeah, they're calling it on Freeman. And that's his second, so that's a big call there. He's their leading rebounder, 6th in the country, averaging 10.8 rebounds per game.
6th in the country in scoring, 1st in field goal percentage.
And the story on Freeman, you alluded to it earlier, but earned a full academic scholarship. Didn't get offers as AT&T at the half is coming up. Tournament news, scores, and highlights. And then after his freshman year, he went to an open tryout, and John Gross saw him and said, maybe this guy could help me on the scout team. So he walked onto the team, and now he's one of 13 players in the country to average a double-double.
That's ridiculous. Come on.
That open tryout.
That can't happen. How's that happen?
It didn't happen to you.
No, it definitely didn't happen to me.
Yeah, this pass up ahead. Dawson catches it and scores.
That was a heck of a pass.
Frustrating first half from Mick Cronin. Akron outscoring UCLA in the paint 10-6. Campbell's 3 is short, and the rebound to Castaneda.
They've settled for a lot of jump shots in this game.
Castaneda from the free throw line is good. He's got 6 points.
And they aggressively switch Castaneda on Jaquez here. But they are helping so much, they can't drive it. Look at this help.
And that's a foul on Castaneda. It'll be a 1-and-1 for UCLA. Second foul on Castaneda. Mick Cronin says that he goes way back with John Gross. They used to work a 5-star camp together. I know you're familiar with that. And Mick joked that both he and John lost their hair at the same time. So they go way back. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. UCLA is shooting just 32% in the first half. For the season, they average 45% from the floor.
You know, this is one of those games, though, where the defensive team is making them miss.
Jaquez has scored the last 6 for the Bruins. They trail by 1. Dribble on the attack. Good defense by Jaquez.
He's always there making the right defensive play.
Jaquez a little shaken up, trailing the play, and now UCLA will hold for the final shot. Bruins average 76 points per game. They have 25 right now with 5 seconds left in the first half. Hawkes had it poked away. Scooped up by Clark with 1 second left. Do they get it off? Oh! Ali almost dropped that one in. Not sure if it would have counted. But a great effort there by Ali and by Akron. The Zips, the 13 seed in the East, lead by 1.
That was a great defensive set there by Akron.
Andy is with John Gross.
Well, John, you guys have been playing so hard. You've been right up on them. How much did you instill that in them to make sure they did that?
Well, obviously, defensively, Andy, we've been good now for about 8 or 9 games playing that way and just trying to make it hard on them. They've got really good players. They can hurt you inside and out, and we were fortunate a little bit, too. They missed a couple shots.
This is UCLA. How do you ensure that you come out like that at the beginning of the second half?
Well, we got to be ready to go. I think that first 4 minutes is huge, right? And we got to have the same defensive intensity and clean up a couple things on offense.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, Andy.
Akron 26, UCLA 25. The Bruins with 6 turnovers and 8 field goals in the first half. We'll send you to AT&T at the break, at the half, after the break. Back in Portland with our great clips. First half stats. UCLA shooting just 32% from the floor and only 6 points in the paint. Back courtside with Steve Lapis. I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Andy Katz in a moment. Only 25 points for UCLA. That tied a season low in the first half. What do they have to do to get back on track?
Well, they got to stop playing, as Mick said, with like the ball's on fire. Get things moving, get it around, and stop taking just perimeter jump shots. That's been a big problem. And their big guys, like Johnny Juzang, for example, 1 for 5 from the field in the first half. He made his first shot of the game, and then 4 other shots, didn't score. This is a guy who last year carried them through the NCAA tournament. The only guy who showed up so far is Jaime Jaquez. He's got 10 points. The rest of the guys, Bernard and Juzang, haven't gotten it done yet at all.
What did Mick Cronin have to say, Andy?
Well, he had some choice words. He said that their offense was pitiful, and they've got to win a rock fight now. And clearly, they got to be more physical because Akron was the more physical team.
That is absolutely 1,000% true, Andy. They played harder. They were more physical. They didn't let UCLA score in the paint. I mean, that's the bottom line. And you got a Mid-American school against a good Pac-12 school. They've got to be able to score some points in the paint.
In the Pac-12 tournament, UCLA averaged 31 points per game in the paint. They have 6 so far tonight.
And you know what it is? They're settling for jump shots. But this Akron team is not letting them get in the paint. They're doing a great job of helping, being tough and physical.
The other time UCLA scored 25 points in the first half was against Washington, and then they responded by scoring 52 in the second half. See if they can get it going here against Akron. Ali's first shot of the second half is off the mark.
Yeah, Jaquez with really good defense there on Ali.
Jaquez leads all scorers with 10 points tonight. And here he is. Back out to Campbell. But Jaquez calling for it. Campbell for 3. And the rebound fought for. Freeman tipped it last. It'll stay with UCLA. And Mick Cronin is getting into Jules Bernard right now.
Yeah, he was awful in the first half. And I'll tell you one thing that Akron has done that's hurt. They're bringing that double team on the post guy late. So he's kind of off balance in terms of what to do.
UCLA is 1 for its last 11 on their 3-point attempts. Can Bernard hit one? 1 for 12.
I'll tell you, Bernard has been not good at all.
Freeman down low, and he lays it in.
I think UCLA's got to do a better job of moving the ball in the half court and getting these guys to move around, because if you don't move this team around the way they're playing defense, you won't get anything good.
Campbell with the jumper. That's a 2.
We just came off that screen. Nobody was there.
Here's Freeman, guarded by Riley. Freeman, spin move to the hoop. How about it?
Well, he's getting taken out right now. That was a quick move too, Andrew. Wow. Real quick.
Akron by 3.
They are aggressively switching, and you don't have a shot.
And a foul down low. That's going to go on Freeman. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great spin move on the baseline by Freeman. So quick. He just left Riley there, but now he's got his 3rd, and I agree with John Gross. He's got to come out.
And he does. Aziz Bandaogo is back into the game. Freeman has fouled out 3 times this year.
Yeah, you can't let that kid get his 4th.
Bernard. And Jules Bernard is now 2 for 9 tonight. Castaneda backs it out. Akron trying to make it 9 wins in a row. Castaneda drives, tied up and taken away. Jaquez over to Campbell, thought about a 3, and now Juzang has it.
I think Jaquez should have taken that to the basket.
Juzang, finally, his first points since the first bucket of the game.
And that's really what he did last year. He made 3s, but he's a great pull-up jump shooter from 13 or 14 feet.
Averages 16 points per game. Juzang with 5 tonight. Tribble. That's a tough 2. John Gross calls Greg Tribble a leader, communicates very well with Gross on the floor. First bucket tonight for the sophomore from Cincinnati. Campbell double teamed and taken away.
They have been so aggressive trapping these pick and rolls at times that they're completely out of whack here at UCLA.
7 turnovers for the Bruins. And that will stay with Akron. Watch live men's games on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Scan the QR code now to download.
You would think UCLA has to make hay now with Freeman out of the game.
No rush for Akron. Tribble now with 3. Tried to feed a pass down low, and it's a turnover. Juzang the other way to Jaquez. Counted in 1. Right into our cameraman. Jaime Jaquez has a chance at a 3-point play. He'll shoot that free throw when we come back. Juzang to Jaquez. And the Bruins within 1.
And now, thrilling drives presented by Nissan. Starting with Greg Tribble here, driving to the basket on Johnny Juzang with a nice finish. And then coming the other way, off the turnover. Johnny Juzang leading the break to Jaime Jaquez for the drive and 1.
And that fired up the UCLA bench and their crowd. Jaquez has a chance to complete a 3-point play. He has 12 points on only 5 shots.
He's the only guy on the team that is playing his game, that plays where you expect. Tough, physical, takes very, he doesn't take a lot of shots. He scores very economical on that regard. Got to get Bernard and Juzang into this game too.
Tied at 32, just over 4 minutes gone by in the second half. Castaneda going right at Bernard. Step back jumper. It's good. What a shot from Castaneda.
And that was well defended by Jules Bernard there, who's much bigger than him.
Grew up in Chicago, attended Whitney Young High School, and John Gross was familiar with him from his days at Illinois. And that led to a reunion of sorts here, transferring from South Florida. And we have a foul away from the ball against UCLA.
Illegal screen on Miles Johnson.
And for Johnson, that's his third. So he's not really been in the flow of this game. He had 2 fouls in the first half, and he's back on the bench here early in the second. 8 minutes and 3 fouls for Miles Johnson. And Juzang heads out again as well. Very poised Akron team tonight. Not backing down against UCLA. And Tiger Campbell commits the foul. Second foul this half on the Bruins. Whoa. Clark trying to use the screen from Bandego. Shot clock is down to 5. Castaneda aware of it. Castaneda drives in off glass for 2.
This kid is really tough.
Into double figures. He's got 10 points. Jaquez position and the foul.
Take a look at Castaneda here going one-on-one. Tiger Campbell lets him go middle. You got to force him to the sideline. Doesn't get the help from Cody Riley that he should get, and he's able to finish easily.
For the first time ever, the Stanley Cup playoffs are on TNT and TBS, and you won't want to miss a minute. Watch starting May 5th to see who will raise the cup. How about this coming into tonight? Over the last 6 games, Jaime Jaquez with that physical defense had only committed 8 fouls in the last 6 games, and he had drawn 21.
This is a kid who just knows how to play. You don't want to take him out. He does everything for you to win the right way. And that is so important. Now you got Freeman back in the game with that 3rd foul.
Jaquez has scored 11 of UCLA's last 15 points. Clark, too strong, and Jaquez tips it right to Cody Riley. Riley, outside the line, won't go, and Freeman back on the floor, as Steve pointed out, with the rebound as we check in with Andy.
John Gross has a ton of NCAA tournament experience. He's in MAC 2.0, that's the MAC with 1A. When he was at Ohio, took the Bobcats to the Sweet 16, then goes to Illinois, takes them to the NCAA tournament in 2013. They had a long gap after he left Illinois before Brad Underwood took over. And now at Akron, things are going well here, his 2nd tour in the MAC.
Yeah, he told us that his dad is here in Portland, and he said that before the open practice yesterday, him and his dad were talking just about how special and appreciative he is that 3 different schools he's now taken to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, and he's doing a great job with these kids.
Cody Riley with his 2nd foul.
And, you know, Mick Cronin really trying to figure something out with this lineup. He's got Peyton Watson in the game now, going a little bit smaller.
Castaneda over Clark. It's short and out of bounds to UCLA. Castaneda will take a breather. And there is Mick's father, Hep, legendary Cincinnati high school coach here in Portland. And he's got the same face that Mick has tonight.
Yeah, no doubt.
Not happy with the Bruins. But they're only down by 2 with 12:50 to go.
They've been aggressive trapping these double teams, and it's really hurt UCLA.
Big shot there. And you're right, it's Peyton Watson, the freshman, who Mick Cronin turns to.
Yeah, you know, they went with a more 5-out lineup, which I liked in the first half a little bit more myself, because the big guys, Johnson and Cody Riley, very ineffective in this game on both ends.
First bench points tonight for UCLA, and just the 7th 3 of the year from Watson. On the other end, it's Freeman.
I think you got to come after him with another guy. First of all, he goes baseline. Make him go middle. That's the second time he's going to the baseline like that.
Campbell breathing a bit heavy here. His jumper won't go, and Freeman with the board. 12 points, 5 rebounds for Enrique Freeman. There's times in the first half we saw a quicker pace between these two. It's more what we expected here in the second half.
Definitely much more of a half court. And that was great help there.
Watson running the break. Down low, Clark too strong. Jaquez fighting for it. Stays in bounds. Watson cuts, and he missed it. The tip no good, and Freeman with the rebound. And a foul is called on Watson. Timeout with 11:16 to go. Peyton Watson, a big 3. But Akron is hanging tough. And the Zips lead by 1 in Portland. Akron on top 38-37 as we look at our game summary. Only 8 points in the paint for UCLA, and they're 3 for 9 on layups. How about Enrique Freeman?
Boy, this guy, the walk-on, has been really good. A little bit of foul trouble, but he's had a couple of spin moves on the baseline that he scored on. He's a quick jumper. He's long, athletic. UCLA comes out with the full court pressure. I can't imagine only 8 points in the paint for UCLA and 22 to Akron. That is incredible.
Freeman is 5 for 6. He's made 5 in a row for the Zips.
Maybe they need to try and go at him a little bit, try and get him to get that 4th foul. He's probably going to back off of you. I like the double teaming by UCLA now. I think it's really helped them and their aggressiveness. Jaquez has a small guy on him. Well, now they switch back.
Jaquez has it here. Defended by Dawson. Jaquez to the hoop, off glass, no. Fought for and grabbed by Dawson. Ali working on Juzang. Ali, tough shot there. With 2 Bruins in front of him, and it's UCLA basketball. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever, like the GOAT. Is this fact-checked? Debate the GOATness. Well, Ali has not scored yet this half. He has 5 points on the night. He's their leading scorer, averaging better than 14 per game. Watson in the paint, step back, is good. How about the lift Peyton Watson is providing?
Hey, Mick Cronin is very high on this kid, and he is giving them a terrific lift.
5 points, he averages just over 3 per game. Let's check in with Andy.
And what's amazing about Peyton Watson is he came in unbelievably heralded, yet he knew he was going to a veteran team, and Mick did a great job of managing those minutes because, as Steve knows, not easy when you're dealing with a high-profile freshman coming into your program.
Absolutely not, but When you have a winning program like they have, how about that shot?
Castaneda from the outside.
They have not been able to stop that kid at all.
The junior has 13 points to lead the Zips.
Shot clock winding down.
It's at 3. Jaquez to the hoop. It won't go. Riley had it, lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with UCLA.
I mean, Jaquez's last 2 misses, very uncharacteristic. I thought he'd make both of those.
Another miss from in close for UCLA. And you see it was Dawson just touching it late. So Bernard will inbound. Juzang still with just 5 points tonight.
Freeman goes up high with 2 hands. He's great off 2 feet.
Castaneda again. It's good! Xavier heating up. And it's 44-39. He's got 10 this half.
You can't go under those screens with this kid. He's a great 3-point shooter, and now he's on fire. You got to get over the top.
Riley doesn't get the bounce. Freeman, the rebound, and he's fouled. Another missed layup by UCLA.
You know, you see it coming with UCLA. One of those games where you're missing layups after layup after layup, and then this kid comes out. Nobody gets to him on that 3-point shot, and he buries it.
Starting to feel it on that Akron bench, up by 5 with 8:11 to go.
And I can tell you this UCLA is starting to feel the heat.
Dribble, drives, tough shot is good, and the foul! How did he do it?
Wow.
It's an 8-0 run for the Zips. Greg Tribble causing trouble for UCLA. Well, St. Mary's is playing on Saturday. We know that is on the schedule. Who will they be facing? Will it be UCLA or Akron? Right now, the Zips up by 7, and Tribble is at the line trying to finish off a 3-point play.
You know, they've out-rebounded UCLA. They've held UCLA to 5 for 16 from the field in the second half. They just have totally outplayed them.
Let's check in with Andy.
There's no, guys, of our 4 games we've had today, there's no question that was the hottest, heated huddle I've listened into. Mick Crone and Darren Savino, they were lighting the fire onto these guys to try to get them to play harder.
That will help. Jules Bernard steps up with a big 3.
He's right. They got to get him. They got to play harder against a team that is bringing it to them physically.
.7:20 to go.
They got to keep the ball out of Castaneda's hands. I agree. Tiger Campbell's got to deny him.
Dribble is rejected. Jalen Clark swats it.
That was a great defensive set by UCLA, and a lot of it had to do with Tiger Campbell denying Castaneda the ball.
Clark, a member of the Pac-12 all-defensive team. Jaquez left alone. Cannot hit, and Castaneda with the rebound.
No one on the glass.
And John Gross wants a timeout with 6:39 to go. Akron's lead is 5 here in Portland. The first round rolls on tomorrow with the Nissan NCAA tip-off show on True TV. That starts at noon Eastern, and then 16 games across TBS, CBS, TNT, and True TV tomorrow. You decide the games you watch. We're locked in on a good one right here with 6.5 to go. Akron, the 13 seed in the East, leads UCLA by 5.
How about Akron plus 14 on UCLA in the paint, plus 2 on the glass. Just the more physical, tougher team today.
Castaneda, tough fadeaway shot, won't go. Rebound by Freeman, but had it poked away. And Jaquez controls.
He's a great two-handed rebounder. Gets off his feet, both feet, very well.
Juzang, turnaround. Not his night, and then a foul is committed by Jalen Clark. Juzang averaged 22 points per game in last year's tournament. He has only 5 tonight.
Yeah, 2 for 8. He has just not been able to get in, but they've been very aggressive the way they've defended him in this game. They've been trying to take away that right hand for the most part. They have a great personnel scouting report, John Gross's team, on this game tonight. They've been doing a good job of taking away the UCLA strengths.
Freeman makes the front end of a 1-and-1. Watch CBS Sports HQ for the best coverage of the Big Dance. Catch tournament highlights, picks, previews, recaps, and much more on the free 24/7 Sports News Network. Download the app to watch today. Double-double for Freeman, 18th of the year. He's got 14 points and 10 rebounds.
They've been so aggressive with these switches and pressuring the ball so that you can't enter it. Like Jaquez is in there on a smaller guy. They couldn't get him the ball. Look where he catches it.
In the corner with 8 on the shot clock. Juzang back to Jaquez, open 3. And a foul is committed inside. It's going to go on Akron. And that is... They call that on Freeman. He didn't think it was on him. We saw this in the first half as well. But it's the 4th on Enrique Freeman, so he comes out with 5:32 to play.
Yeah, I mean, with a 7-point lead, you definitely got to take him out for a couple of minutes and hope that you can hold on and bring him back with under 4. The thing UCLA has to do is, on a shot, they got to start going to the glass a little bit harder.
Campbell.
Great defense. Look at this. Tough
Bernard
shot.
for 3.
Big one, but tough.
Second 3 of the night for Jules Bernard. He's got a team-leading 51 triples on the season, and the Bruins are within 4 with 5 minutes to play.
I definitely would try to deny Castaneda the ball, especially with Freeman not in the game.
Castaneda backs it out.
Got to go over top of that.
Castaneda off the mark, rebound loose, Jaquez grabs it.
That was a good defensive set for UCLA.
UCLA fans here in Portland are on their feet. What a sequence that was. Freeman picking up his 4th, and then Bernard with the 3.
Let's see if they can get it into Jaquez.
Juzang from the outside. And the offensive rebound to Riley.
That's a terrible pass. He's very lucky.
Gets away with it. It'll stay with UCLA.
Very fortunate this didn't end up being a turnover.
Greg Tribble back in the game as Michael Dawson heads out. Campbell drives past Bandego but could not finish. Bernard will send it back around with 4 minutes to go.
Now they're getting on the glass a little bit, getting some second opportunities.
Jaquez, and a blocking foul is called on Bandego. Let's take a look at this one as we go to a commercial break. Bandego thought he had position.
Oh, that's a charge.
Foul goes against Akron. Zips up by 4. Late night in Portland. All right, Adam, thank you very much. Good one there as the Catamounts try to pull the upset. Meanwhile, here in Portland, Akron, another 13 seed, eyeing an upset. They lead UCLA by 4. Juzang hits.
Great out of bounds play by Mick Cronin out of the timeout. That's what you got to do after a timeout, is get a shot like that. Good screen. Juzang knocks it out.
7 points for Johnny Juzang. Freeman is back on the floor with 4 fouls for Akron. Ali has been scoreless the last 22 minutes for the Zips. He's their leading scorer. Castaneda has taken over.
I liked before when they were denying him the ball, you got to keep it out of his hands because he's just too tough.
Castaneda has 12 of his 18 here in the second half. Juzang, not this time, but tipped right to Jaquez. He locates Campbell in the corner. 4-3, it's good!
How about Jaime Jaquez? Probably could have shot that ball on that rebound. He sees his guy there, who's a 42% three-point shooter, makes the extra pass.
1 point game. Freeman with 4 fouls.
Got to take that baseline away.
And an illegal screen goes against Freeman, and he's fouled out of the game.
And how about Castaneda knocked out the 3 coming off that screen? Yeah, that's an illegal screen. That was not a smart play by a good player.
A big loss for the Zips. And Hep Cronin, Mick's father, knows it's a big call as well. With 2:26 to go, Freeman has fouled out. 14 points and 10 rebounds for the sophomore from Cleveland.
If I'm Mick Cronin now, they lost their low post scorer, their best low post scorer. I'm denying Castaneda the ball. You see, even over there, he made that 3 if they don't call that illegal screen. You got to keep the ball out of that kid's hands as best you can.
And if you're John Gross in Akron, maybe it's time to get Ali back involved. He's only scored 5 points. Campbell, it's good, and the Bruins on top by 1.
And it's been a long time since they've been on top, but here you got to guard this guy.
A 10-2 run for UCLA. And John Gross calls timeout. Jaquez, Campbell, Juzang on the comeback trail for UCLA. After all the games are over, Nabil Kareem, Seth Davis, Rex Chapman, Candace Parker, and Frank Martin have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness presented by Buick. That's later tonight only on True TV. Back here in Portland with Steve Lapis, Andy Katz, our entire crew. I'm Andrew Catalan. St. Mary's put on a clinic earlier tonight, knocking out Indiana. So the Gales await the winner of this one. And UCLA been down most of the night, but the Bruins on a 10-2 run to take a 1-point lead.
And now the question is, you got to figure Akron's going to Castaneda somehow. They've got to try and keep the ball out of that kid's hands if you're UCLA. And here he comes. He sets a nice back screen. Almost had this. She better get out over the top of that one.
Castaneda for 3. Won't go, in the rebound to Jaquez.
That was good defense. They had a bigger guy on him. They had Jalen Clark on him. Size. He went over the top of the screen. That Mick Cronin told him in that timeout. Good defense there.
Bruins have scored on each of their last 4 trips. 90 seconds to go. Bernard out to Jaquez. 4 on the shot clock. Campbell, deep 3. Good! Wow. Tiger style! What a shot from Tiger Campbell!
Wow. Shot clock winding down, and Tiger Campbell cans one from downtown.
Look how deep Campbell was on this three.
I thought he was going to drive this. I mean, he's standing on the NCAA logo. I mean, he was way out there.
Last year, he was a 25% three-point shooter. This year, as Hep Cronin with a big fist bump, Campbell shooting 41% from deep. And we asked Mick Cronin, what's the difference? And he said, look, last year, the big thing for Campbell was take care of the basketball, set everybody else up. But I told him in the offseason, that's not enough anymore. You need to take your game to the next level. And his mentality changed. He now looks for those shots. He doesn't shy away from those shots, and that is a perfect example right there.
I love how Mick said it was my job, because he had good mechanics. It was my job to encourage him and make that part of his game, and he knocked out 2 big threes in the last minute.
A personal 8-0 run for Tiger Campbell. 1:16 to go, and now Akron down by 4.
Got plenty of time. You absolutely try to get this to the basket. You got to get it in Castaneda's hands, and they used him as a screener last time, and he almost got open for a three-point shot.
Clark for 3. Way off. Jaquez trying to save it, and he does.
Dangerous place to save the ball.
Looked like that one was headed out of bounds, but Akron commits the foul.
You know what, Andrew? That's one, though. If you're going to save it, you got to throw it deep. You throw it like that. Ooh. I mean, that was dangerous. That could have been a layup for Akron right there. Very fortunate.
So Jalen Clark, who's at the free throw line for a 1-and-1, his first trip to the line tonight. As a team, UCLA has been great from the free throw line. They're 9 out of 10. Akron has gone cold, Lap. Only 1 field goal in the last 7 minutes.
I'm mildly surprised they didn't look at that. I think it was clearly UCLA's ball. It's over.
Free throw no good. Castaneda the rebound. 1 minute to go.
Better switch these screens, because you know he's shooting it.
Castaneda drives into the corner. Dawson for 3. Won't go. Clark the rebound. Castaneda for 3. No good. Clark another rebound. Goes up and scores. With 40 seconds to go, it's a 2-point game. There's a 10-second difference.
Yeah, you don't have to foul. You don't have to foul.
Akron's going to play it out.
That's what they should do. They get it. They got to get a rebound. They can have 10 seconds down 2. That's absolutely what they should do. The question is, UCLA now calls timeout.
With 25.2 on the clock, each team now has 1 timeout remaining.
They're bringing Johnny Juzang back in the game. Obviously, get your best offensive guys in there. You got to run some kind of a 2-man game, I believe, with Tiger Campbell and Jaime Jaquez, and get something going to the basket so that at the least you get to the free throw line.
17 fouls, so if Akron commits a foul and it's not a shooting foul, UCLA would still go to the line. You know, John Gross during that last possession was talking to his assistants, should we foul, should we not? You're still comfortable with not fouling.
10 seconds. Now, if there was going to be 5 seconds left and you're down 2, different story. 10 seconds, that's plenty of time to get a full possession where you don't have to take a flyer. I absolutely think they should not have fouled in that situation. Now, the key is here, get a rebound, and now you're Mick Cronin and say if we miss and they get the rebound, you got to make sure you don't give up an open 3. Because then we lose. And you got to be going over now what you're going to do with Castaneda, because he's the guy that's the most dangerous player for Akron on the court.
Well, Akron has prided itself on defense all season long. They led the MAC, only giving up 62 points per game, and they need a big defensive stand right now.
And if they get it, they've got plenty of time to get a good shot.
And if you're just joining us, Akron's top rebounder, Enrique Freeman, has fouled out of the game. So he's on the bench. 25 seconds to go, 15 on the shot clock.
Well, they got it in the hands, they needed it. And they have a little two-man game going with Jaime Jaquez and Tiger Campbell.
They get it to Jaquez. Jaquez, tough shot. Doesn't get the bounce. Rebound to Akron. 10 seconds left. Zips down 2. Ali drives. Reverse. No. Juzang the rebound. And he's fouled. John Gross wanted a foul on the drive by Ali, and he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I don't think it was a foul. And I like the fact that they kept playing and didn't call the timeout.
Another look.
No, that's not a foul. He was hung up in the air with nowhere to go, and it was almost not a block. It was almost like he threw it into his arm. Yeah, that's not a foul.
Ali scoreless the last 26 minutes. And now a 1-and-1 for Johnny Juzang, celebrating his 21st birthday today. And he makes a big free throw.
Well, he's got to make this last one here to put them up 4.
Akron does have one timeout.
And this is a tough situation because if he misses, they're going to lose some time, Akron, and now it's really going to be tough with 2 seconds to go in the game.
So Juzang's 21 today, and it's past midnight in the East, so your birthday is officially now, too. How much older are you than Juzang?
Why you got to be a wise guy, huh? We had such a nice day today together.
We did.
You got it.
Happy birthday, lad. We love you. We love you.
I appreciate that.
Happy birthday. It's always your birthday tournament time. We love it.
You know what? It was my birthday tournament time when I was coaching and lost some games on my birthday.
That seems to come up every year.
Yeah, because you know what? It left what you call an indelible impression on me.
All right, they put a little more time on the clock. 4.3 to go. One more free throw for Juzang.
That's a little different. Well, if he makes this, they just can't foul. If he misses.
Made it. UCLA by 4, and Akron calls timeout. Ice in the veins of Johnny Juzang with 2 big free throws.
You know, the only way you can win now is if UCLA helps you and fouls you on a 3-point shot and you make it. You throw it past the length of the court and they foul him, which obviously you would say they should not do. Here's what I'll tell you, Andrew. UCLA, they played like a team that's been there before in the last 4 minutes. You wonder, are they going to be able to take the pressure? There was a lot of pressure on them because this team is almost Final Four bust after doing what they did last year, coming back with the same guys. That's what they're thinking, Final Four. And now you're getting a pressure cooker where the underdog is like feeling it, and you come back in the last 4 minutes and you execute the way they did and make the shots that they did. That was some big-time clutch play by UCLA.
And if they hold on here, this could be a bit of a wake-up call for them as well, that they just can't show up and they're going to win games, especially the way that St. Mary's played earlier tonight.
I will say this, they played reasonably good defense the whole game.
Long pass up ahead, Wynn makes the catch. Over to Ali, nobody near him. The 3 won't go, and UCLA survives. They closed the game on a 15-4 run. And in that run, Tiger Campbell had 8 points and 2 assists.
Yeah, Andrew, that was, as I said, that was a big-time clutch performance. Talk about executing under duress. That was a hard game, and give Akron a ton of credit. They played so hard. They had a tremendous game plan, and they just came up a little bit short.
Really impressive performance by the Zips. Back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2013, and they come close, but it's UCLA who moves on to the second round Saturday against a St. Mary's team that looked absolutely dynamite here earlier tonight in Portland in their big win over Indiana.
You know, what did Randy Bennett say yesterday? He wanted a brand name. Well, he got Indiana one day. You're going to get UCLA the next.
And how about our games here in Portland Saturday? UCLA, St. Mary's, and Gonzaga, Memphis. Those are two big games.
Those are two big-time games, no doubt about it.
Johnny Juzang, not his best night, but 9 points and the big free throws when they needed him most. And Mick Cronin's father, finally able to smile after what was a tough night for the Bruins. And Andy Katz is with Tiger Campbell.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, Tiger, you had your own personal 8-0 run to basically take control of this game. At what point did you decide, I have to do this?
I just knew it was getting close, and they've been fighting with us all game, neck and neck, breaking it, and I just got a couple open looks, and I just took advantage of it. I give credit to my team for finding me, Jaime for finding me in the corner, Jaime for finding me right here, and Cody for setting a good screen on that pull-up.
A year ago, you guys went on a great run from the first four to the final four with no expectations. Now those expectations are on you guys. How much are you guys feeling it?
We're just taking it one game at a time. That's all I can say.
Offensively, they made you work for everything. So will St. Mary's. They love to dice and cut teams up. How can you guys play better to knock off the Gales and get back to the Sweet 16?
We just got to follow our scouting report, you know, watch a lot of film tonight and show our team respect. We respect St. Mary's, so hopefully it'll be a good game tomorrow.
Congratulations, Tiger.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, they play on Saturday. That should be a good one. UCLA and St. Mary's for a spot in the Sweet 16. So that'll do it from here in Portland. 4 games in the books for Andy Katz, Steve Lapis, our entire crew. I'm Andrew Catalan. Thanks for joining us. Tournament games continue live now on True TV with Texas Southern against Kansas. Thanks for joining us all day long in Portland. You've been watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.